Well, hello there. Happy Monday. I was supposed to put in my intro, and for some reason, it is not working. I don't know why. Welcome to Crypto Coin Mindset. Oh, I'm hoping that's not how this week is going to go. I'm Keith, and I'm here to help you get your mindset on crypto. Oh my goodness. Talk about technical difficulties already in a live stream. That's kind of funny. Actually, it's not really funny. It's a pain in the keister right now. But I'm trying to figure things out here. Still a little bit of technical stuff going on. And I am failing miserably. That's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And if you're here, jump into the live stream. Let's interact. Let's talk, and let's see where you're watching from. Looks like I got a couple of people coming in on YouTube, a few people coming in on Facebook. I love it. Twitter also. Make sure you're let me know where you're at. I appreciate it very much. Sorry for the slow getting in here and getting started. Like I said, technical difficulties with this live stream already this morning. Good morning, Automatic Beats. Glad to have you here. Yes, yes. Like I said, a little bit on the technical difficulty end. Uh, appreciate it. Appreciate it. So happy Monday. I'd say cheers, but just coffee. So cheers anyway. All right. How's things? Good, I hope. We got some interesting stuff to talk about today. And all I'm gonna say is if the topic that we are going to talk about today doesn't piss you off, well, okay. If you live in the United States and it doesn't piss you off, well, you might be on the wrong channel. Just saying. Just saying. But if you are new here, make sure you subscribe, tick that bell icon, click the all. That way you get notified every time I go live or every time I put out a great video. Because I am literally on YouTube 7 days a week. Between live streams, videos, shorts, and community posts. Hell yeah. Also, smash this like button. Smash up the like button. Appreciate that. Trying to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. That'll help to push this stream out. And yeah. All right. Getting messages from looks like from Crypto Jar. And oh, I'm sorry, FF. Okay. All right. Sorry. All right, let's get to the markets, because where else should we start off beside the markets? Let me refresh. So we've got the latest information here. Right now, we've got Bitcoin teetering in on that 45K mark. You still got people anticipating that we are going to be having oh my God, this is going to be one of those live streams. Okay, we got people believing that by the 10th, which I believe is what, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, we're going to get a Bitcoin spot ETF approval. So people trying to front run the market, and I don't disagree with trying to do that. I think that once we see the approvals, we are going to see a major increase in the price of Bitcoin, like we did with that false tweet that came out a couple of months back now. Price went through the roof. And then what happened? Then, it regulated back down. And even with the actual approval that potentially will come within the next couple of days, I think that's what's going to happen. The price is going to go up. And then they're going to want to be fudding everybody out the damn market because they want to get a better buy-in price. Frankly, they've been buying anyway. Don't let them say otherwise, because that's just a crock of shit. But that's a whole nother story for another time. The point is, Bitcoin up around that 45K mark right now. And yeah, you know what? Do you think we'll get any Bitcoin spot ETF approval this week? Jump in the live chat. Let me know what you think. I'm interested in knowing. I am less of the mindset that Gary is going to capitulate and put it out this week. And I mean, he could prove me wrong. And up till, I don't know, a week ago, I was kind of feeling like we were definitely going to get it beginning of this month. And I am less and less of that mindset as we move forward here. I'm thinking he might try to kick that can down the road until March, which is the next deadline date. And you want to know what? Great, because I'm going to just keep buying Bitcoin, DCAing into Bitcoin. Just saying. All right, let's get back to the markets. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. That way you can see everything there, and you still get to see my bright and shiny face. Let's see. What do we got here? If Gary wasn't the head of the SEC, I'd say yes. Yeah, I get you. He's got an ego about him. He really does. And I, to some degree, I get it. He's still just following marching orders that he's getting from the stupid ass administration. But Elizabeth Warren, it's a concerted effort. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And that's part of the point I'm going to make a little later on in this live stream. So as we go through what it is that we're going to talk about. But yes, I agree with the automatic beats. Gary loves to pull. Yeah, exactly. He's just letting it go. And then on the 10th, I got a feeling that he is going to be like, no. We need more time to get it together. We need more time. And sadly, but actually, like I said, not sadly, because it just gives you and I more time to buy Bitcoin and front run the market even more. That's the way I'm looking at it. Okay. So let's keep going down the list here. Ethereum looking pretty much like a stable coin right here, up 0.7%, down 1.6 over 7 days, $2,263. Still good price for Ethereum if you're looking to DCA into Ethereum, which Ethereum in this crypto on the rock cycle is part of the DCA portfolio. So make sure you're joining us. Crypto on the rocks every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. That way you get the opportunity to vote what we're going to dollar cost average into. And Ethereum is one of those options. BNB hovering in at around the $300 mark. 2.3% down over the last 7 days, 1.5% of that in the last 24 hours. But BNB is still a strong player here in this market. Solana, again, do I really have to say I'm not a fan of Solana? I'll continue to say that. The bottom line is Solana is going to end up being a big player here, even though it is down almost 10% over the last 7 days, under $100 now. And I think it's got a lot of upward momentum. Still probably not a bad buy for Solana. And I guess I should probably put that up there. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy, interwebs. So when I'm saying it's a good buy, I mean, that's up to you, man. You got to make your own damn decisions. Do your own research. You decide. Okay, my thing just froze up on me. Seriously, right now. Anyway, holy technical difficulties. Okay, I need another sip of coffee. Holy crap. All right. Anyway, Cardano went down below 50 cents yesterday. And I feel a bit vindicated because I've been saying that it went up too far, too fast, and needed to go down below 50 cents. And it did. I mean, granted, it went down, dipped below 50 cents, and then right back up. As you can see here, we're hovering at that 50-cent mark. But I don't know. I still think there's a little weakness in this particular market right here with Cardano. And ultimately, at the end of the day, any buy-in price with regard to Cardano, I think, is going to be a good buy-in price, because Cardano, again, another one of those layer ones that I think has a humongous future. Granted, they're definitely, slow with their development, but that slow and methodical approach, frankly, I think does them well. So Cardano holding pretty much in, but down 15.5% over the last 7 days, but holding in at around that 50-cent mark. AVAX, Avalanche. I love Avalanche. Another one that I think has great growth potential and will do well in this bull cycle. Down almost 14% in the last week, just around $34 US. Still, you're gonna buy it, whatever. Dogecoin, we got to stop at Dogecoin because, again, got to pay a little bit of homage to Crypto Jar. Hopefully he'll be jumping in here, or even if it's just in the live chat in a little while. That's what got him into the crypto space, and we're glad he's here. Down almost 13% in the last 7 days. If you are a meme coin person, which I am not, then maybe this is your buy-in time. Polkadot, I like Polkadot, down almost 13%, just over $7 a coin. Tron, even being down, over 3% in the last 7 days. Again, Tron to me is like a stable coin. It's always hovering in at around that, right around that $10 mark. A $10 mark. They wish. I don't believe I just said that. 10-cent mark. Oh my God. And I'm not even drinking anything besides coffee in this coffee. All right, let's keep going with the coffee. Oh my God. Yes, community coins. Exactly. And now here's the thing. And for those of you who watch Peter McCormack's What Bitcoin Did, he talks a lot of times about going to places like Argentina and I want to say it was Lebanon, and they trade in USDT. They do it on Tron because the fees are so low. I mean, they don't even want anything to do with like Ethereum based USDT because of the high fees. And so, listen, I look at it this way: if that blockchain is serving a purpose for people who need that service, perfect. Isn't that what the space is supposed to be about, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're transacting in USDT, so basing off the US dollar, but I mean, I guess the US dollar is the best of the shit fiats, right? So, okay, if it works for them. But again, I know, I mean, he's said as much. They're doing it on Tron. They won't do it on any other network because of the fees. So, let's keep going here. Chainlink. I love Chainlink. Constantly hearing great stuff about and from Chainlink. Down almost 11% in the last 7 days. If you ask me, still a huge buy for Chainlink. I think they're going to be just crazy good in this bull run that we're about to with. Polygon, Matic, another one down almost 19%. And sorry, still a decent buy for Matic. If you're looking to get into Matic, another one I think is going to have a good future with this bull cycle. Zipping right by all these other meme coins. Litecoin, again, I like Litecoin for what it is, which is to use to buy this, that, or whatever, and use to pay for things with cryptocurrency. Speaking of pay with things for cryptocurrency, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later when I actually let me do that when we're going over some of this stuff about what's going on with the government. I'm going to be I've just scheduled an interview with Joel Valenzuela, who for those who don't follow him, you really should on Twitter. The Desert Links, I believe, is his Twitter handle, and I'm going to be doing an interview with him on Thursday, and then edit that up, and hopefully that'll air next week. Well, we're going to be talking about living on crypto. I mean, he's been doing it since 2014, I believe. And uh, as we're going forward, to me, it's going to be a lot about that, getting your crypto house in order and being prepared for what's coming, because it's coming, folks. It's coming, and I'm trying not to get way ahead of myself right now. So we'll get to that a little bit more a little bit later. Um, Crypto for the ladies. I love it. Well, why not? Right? Why not? I love it. Where are the ladies? Yes, exactly. Not in this live stream, obviously, at the moment. Actually, looking at my analytics, I like 98% of the people who watch my videos are male. So sorry about that there, Automatic Beats. The ladies are probably not here, but that's okay. As crypto goes up, they'll be here. That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. See those memes everywhere. Oh Lord. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So that's where we are with Litecoin, down 10%. Honestly, again, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash right next door to each other. Frankly, they keep I don't know, flip-flopping each other, although Bitcoin Cash looks like its market cap has dropped significantly recently. But again, for what they're meant to be used for, to buy shit, save your Bitcoin, right? All right, let's keep going. Stellar, down almost 10%. Goodbye on Stellar. Previous dollar cost average portfolio crypto that we were doing through 2023. Let's keep going. Monero. You know, I like Monero for what it is. It's a privacy coin. Down 8%. 152. Not a bad deal with regard to that. Filecoin, again, you know, I think Filecoin has got a humongous future, down over 29% in the last 7 days, down to about 554. So 550 a coin. Again, not financial advice, but I see good things coming with Filecoin. See good things. Hedera back down. Hedera was up over 10 cents at one point, as you can see, down 8.7%, so almost 9%, and we're back at around 7.8 cents. Honestly, frankly, great buy for HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. And if you go check out my YouTube channel, I've got videos there showing you how to stake your HBAR. And I even did a follow-up with regard to how much I earned in that first few weeks. Yeah. I'm just going to leave that there, Automatic Beats. Okay, Lisa, good morning. You just proved Automatic Beats wrong. I appreciate you being here. He's like, where are the ladies? Well, they just showed up. They just showed up. Lisa, appreciate you being here. Thank you. Appreciate the support with the channel. That's awesome. Ask and you shall receive, Automatic Beats. All right, so let's go down a little bit more. Casper, we got to definitely touch on Casper for Crypto Jar's sake. Casper down 7.5%, back in that 10-cent range. And you want to know what? Frankly, Casper, I don't know. It doesn't seem to go below that 10-cent range. So, you know, winner, chicken dinner for Crypto Jar. VeChain has had a lot of movement lately. Although right now, like most of the market, down almost 12%, 3 cents for VeChain. But again, they have a lot of good stuff coming on. Let's go down to Quant, one of our previous dollar cost average cryptos for 2023 with Crypto on the Rocks every Friday, 7 p.m. Down almost 19%, 113.16. Still, I think that's going to end up being a great buy for Quant. Thorchain, Rune. You know, I'm going to tell you something. With everything going on with Thorchain, and I know that's going to be one of the things that we're talking about with Joel when I do that interview with him this week. I am surprised that the price it just keeps going down with Rune. I am truly surprised. Quite frankly, whatever, it can keep going down. I'll just buy more because again, Rune and Thorchain, I think are going to play a humongous role in the crypto space as we move forward in 2024. And again, I think you'll understand why as we keep talking about what our main topic is for today. So let's wrap up the markets here real quick and then get to that. All right, what do we got? Anything else I want to talk about? One of the ones that we're DCAing into tomorrow, so down 18, almost 19%, and good, because guess what? I have to DCA into that tomorrow because that's what you guys voted for last Friday night as our DCA coin. So hopefully I can get in that maybe a little bit lower. Keep going down, keep going down. But Sandbox, I think, is going to be a great player. Why we're doing Web3 gaming and so on type of coins in this first half of 2024 as part of our DCA portfolio, because I think they're going to have a huge part of the cryptocurrency adoption that I believe is coming regardless of a Bitcoin ETF. And last but not least, we're going to end here. Axie Infinity, that's one of the other coins that you can vote for us to dollar cost average into, down almost 16% at 747. So maybe that'll be this week's DCA choice. We'll see when we get to Crypto on the Rocks this Friday night. All right. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you. So need some more coffee. All right. Don't forget, if you're new, hit that subscribe button, tick that bell icon, click the all. Don't forget, smash the like, smash it up, smash that like button. All right. So let's get to our main topic of conversation, which is basically how our senators and congressmen are utilizing insider information to basically make themselves rich. And it's all legal for them. But here's the key. If you and I were doing that, guess what? We'd be in jail. Don't believe me? Well, here, I saw this and I just had to, because they did it with Martha Stewart. Why did Martha Stewart go to prison for insider trading and they picked Pelosi here? Did not. You'll see Pelosi is one of the highest gainers from insider information. Why? Why is it that, laws for me or for thee, but not for me? Why is that? Why? Now, we're going to go through what was a Fox Insider News report with regard to this, and we're going to break it down and tell you this. Now, I want you to listen to this report in the context of they're trying to stop you and I from basically doing the same thing, where I've been talking about front running Bitcoin and the price of Bitcoin because of these potential spot ETF approvals, right? Well, they're trying to make that illegal for us to do. Look, we've covered Elizabeth Warren and her stupid ass bill that now has bipartisan support. Well, of course it does, because they realize that, oh my God, we can't let them go and have a way out of our system, because guess what's going to happen? We won't be able to benefit, because at this point, we elect these people to go and represent our interests in DC. And what's happening? They're representing their own damn interests, taking care of themselves, not us. All right, let's get into this a little bit, and we'll open up the discussion. And please jump into that live chat and tell me what you're thinking. Tell me if this pisses you off. If you're living in the United States, and I'm gonna guess that most of the people that are watching me right now are from the United States, and this is not pissing you off, like I said, you might be on the wrong damn channel. Because this should piss you off. All right, let's bring that. Whoops, technical difficulties. All right, here we go. Let's bring this up here. All right, so this is a Fox Business Insider interview. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me hang on one second. Let me do that. That way you get to see the majority of what's going on and listen. Make sure my volume's up so you guys can hear this. Excellent. All right, here we go. Let's give this a listen, and then I'll stop it at certain points and give you my 2 Satoshis, as it were.
Welcome back to the show from the Heritage Foundation. He's a regional economics research fellow. He's EJ Antoni. EJ, it's good to see you. So insider trading is not illegal in the U.S. unless you're a member of Congress?
Well, apparently, Liz, Chip Roy, I think, really hit the nail on the head where he said it depends on the kinds of information that we're talking about here. But when you have people who are sitting on sensitive intelligence committees or who have access to foreign data, such as potential coming conflicts, whether that's in Israel or the Ukraine, and these people are turning around and doing things like.
Okay, I'm trying to stop that for a second here. I love if you look, what's the title they have on the ticker bar here? The Democratic lawmakers beat the S&P. So basically, with their insider information, that's what they're saying right here. With the insider information that Democrat lawmakers have, and they highlight Democrat lawmakers, but let's be honest, as we're going to see a little later on, this isn't just Democrats, though the Democrats seem to by far earn more than the Republicans. And I don't know that it's that they're any smarter, but I'm going to go with they're probably dirtier. Just saying. Anyway, but I thought that was funny that they had that as the ticker right there. And yeah, so let's get back to this and listen to what else he's got to say, and then we'll jump back out and talk in a minute.
Like buying stock in defense contractors right before they pass bills that's going to give those defense contractors billions of dollars. I'm sorry, but these kinds of things have to be looked into. And the big irony here, Liz, is the fact that we are talking about people who have banned CEOs and other high-ranking officers in private business from doing exactly the kinds of things that the people in Congress are doing right now.
Exactly. Again, laws for thee, not for me. Crazy. I mean, look at this. This Democrat from New York, 238.9%. Who wouldn't like to make 238.9% more than the S&P 500? And you can keep going down the list here. Look at this, 122%, 80%, 78.5%, 68. And as we showed you with regard to that meme with Martha Stewart going to jail. And remember, what did he just say? They've made laws preventing CEOs, companies, CFOs. You and I can't do this. But if you sit in Congress, you can do it. I mean, look at this. Nancy Pelosi, 65.5%. Better than the S&P 500. What the frick is wrong with this picture? Seriously. Again, tell me in the chat, does this piss you off that they can do it, but you can't? And we elect them to go there and do it, basically. Talk about a kick in the teeth. Right? Okay, let's keep going a little bit. They're gonna flash another screen with another group of lawmakers and how much they make. So let's go take a quick look at that.
You know, the big issue here is that members of Congress are making directional bets and trades via what are called calls and put options.
Yes.
Calls and put options are bets on the direction of a stock up or down. That can be closely linked to how legislation moves stocks, EJ. And
yes, exactly. They're creating laws. They're divvying out money. They're doing all these things in which ends up being in their own best interest. So like he mentioned, okay, you're going to issue a defense contractor a contract to build whatever, and you go and buy shares of that stock before you say, okay, here you go, take it. You got the contract, and their stock goes up. How is that even remotely legal? I mean, and now here you've got a bunch of Republicans listed on this particular page right here. And this is what I said, that they're not doing quite as well. So maybe they're not as smart. I don't know. But Susan Collins, the rhino from Maine. She's a rhino. I don't care how you slice it, how you dice it. She's a rhino. Republican in name only. Dan Crenshaw. Listen, I was, and you know, I don't know if you've read his book. He wrote a book about his basically story through the SEALs and, you know, getting into Congress and all this other stuff. And, you know, I felt like, you know, he was an honorable person going into Congress. I mean, I don't live in Texas. He doesn't represent me technically. But I felt like, okay, at least we got somebody there that has a setup and, you know, who isn't afraid to stand up for or against the bullshit that's happening with this administration in DC. And he has been a great disappointment. He's now no better than any of these people. I mean, hell, when reporters confront him about it, he tries to trip them up. Literally trip them to get them away from him. It's like, are you joking with me right now? Since when did you become a piece of shit? I don't know. Bottom line is, very disappointed in him. And as you can see here, he's now made almost 40% better than the S&P 500. Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, or excuse me, Senate Minority Leader, honestly should be in a retirement home. But instead, he's in the retirement home of the Senate and doing better than the S&P 500 by 18%. Again, I got to ask, is this pissing you off? If you're here in the US, does this piss you off? Because if you and I tried to do this, we'd be in jail. We'd be in jail. Hell, again, look at this through the context of what they're doing with regard to cryptocurrency, because this is a cryptocurrency channel, right? Unfortunately, all this stuff is intertwined. And in this cryptocurrency world that we're living in, you've got senators like Elizabeth Warren sitting here trying to create laws that literally will ban cryptocurrency effectively in the United States. And you and I will no longer be able to front run Bitcoin. You and I will no longer be able to self-custody our own cryptocurrency. Heaven forbid we have control of our own freaking money, right? But yet at the same time that they're doing this in the government, trying to do this, trying to get these laws passed, trying to stop you and I from actually getting outside of their system, from actually being able to change the lifestyle of ourselves and our families, they're sitting here getting rich on insider information. Let's listen to a little more of this report.
And moves the market. I mean, should that be outlawed for members of Congress? Because just look at the trades Nancy Pelosi and her husband are making. They reportedly bought shares of Karuna Therapeutics right before it was sold to Bristol Myers Squibb. That stock nearly then doubled. They also recently bought NVIDIA call options in NVIDIA in late November. reportedly going to make capital gains of millions of dollars.
Yep.
Again, NVIDIA is going to make money on the massive spending in the new CHIPS Act. This call option action that the Pelosi's did, it's their largest stock purchase in the last 3 years.
Yep.
Right. And you know what, Liz, I'm not sure
Crazy,
that
right?
we necessarily need to ban stock trading, although that would be a good start. But maybe the bigger lesson here is the fact that government is simply too large. When you have these people in Congress who are throwing around trillions of dollars out of the public purse to influence markets that have the potential to move stocks up and down by giving handouts, like you mentioned, to these chip makers, that's the real problem here. We simply have government doing too many things that it simply has absolutely no business doing.
You know, Nancy Pelosi.
And I mean, how can you argue with that? How can you argue with that point? Yes, I personally think that lawmakers, our congressmen, our senators, and now I'm talking at the federal level, but even at the state level, because let's be honest, at the state level, you still get this kind of influence as to what kind of contracts get issued within your state, etc. Correct? Of course you do. Right up to the president, or in the case of the states, the governors. You should not be able to profit. Just like I can't profit from it, you should not be able to profit from tossing around taxpayer dollars to make winners and losers. Because that's what you're doing. You're taking taxpayer dollars in what he calls a too big government. And I'm not gonna lie. Our government is way too big. It has grown way too much. And there's zero chance that they're going to be going and cutting themselves back. It's just not going to happen. Why would they shoot themselves in the foot? That's like that saying that they're going to go and vote themselves term limits. There's zero chance that's going to happen. Why would they do that? Then they can't make these millions on millions of dollars that they're making right now by having access to information before you and I, being at the basically the spigot of the US dollar. So the quintillion effect takes absolute effect. You and I get the ass end of whatever they decide to put out, and they sit there making millions of dollars. Absolutely millions. Hey, Jar, welcome. Glad to see you could make it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hope all is well with you, sir. Looking forward to Matrix Money Podcast tomorrow. Matter of fact, for those who are here, make sure you're joining myself, Jar, and FF tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to be on the Matrix Money Podcast channel. Matter of fact, link for that is in the description of this live stream. Make sure you go ahead and like that and follow us there. We're going to be talking a little bit about DPIN and about the Orbit Bridge hack that happened. So again, make sure you're joining us tomorrow, Matrix Money Podcast. And I appreciate Jar being in here today. Thank you, Jar. You're always welcome, my friend. So anyway, let's give a little bit more of a listen to this report, and then we'll talk more.
Pelosi's net worth, the family's, she and her husband, it's soaring to nearly $115 million. Open Secret says her net worth is up $41 million since 2004. I mean, you can make a lot of money, you know, being a member of Congress in ways that the public allegedly doesn't see. I mean, the Pelosi's reportedly.
Okay. I know they're picking on Pelosi here, but ultimately they're all in the same boat. I mean, the average congressman earns what? About 150K? There ain't no way your net worth goes up 41 million when you're earning 150K. It's just not, that doesn't happen. Well, okay, that doesn't happen to you and I. That happens if you have insider information, you can trade against it like they're doing right here. Or you get legalized bribery with having these lobbyists throw money into their pockets. Don't think for 1 minute that ain't happening. I mean, we saw Yeah, I forgot what the senator's name is, from Connecticut. Just like, what was it, 5-6 months ago? Sitting there, got arrested and charged with all these charges from bribes he had taken, not only in US dollar, but in gold, because he knows US dollar is a pile of shit and gonna be collapsing. So he literally had gold bars underneath his bed. Go look it up. I'm not making that up. But yet, again, this is okay. This is okay because they're in Congress. They work for the government. No, it shouldn't be okay. It should not be okay. You and I can't do it. Why the frig should they be able to do it? All right, let's get back to this. Sorry.
Netted millions of dollars in profit, EJ, from buying call options on other blue chip stocks like Salesforce.com or Roblox or Disney. They've made well-timed sales as well. I mean, so what we're talking about here is, and you're pointing it out, is what do you do about it? I mean, this just is, we do not want voters to feel any more cynical about DC than they already do. Again,
too late.
The directional bets, calls and put options, that can be linked to market moving legislation.
Yes.
When they're making bets like that, these levered bets or those directional bets, maybe that's where you start. Maybe say you can't do that.
Oh, certainly, Liz, absolutely. And let's be clear here. It doesn't take a cynic to put 2 and 2 together here and to realize that there is certainly some insider trading, quote unquote, going on.
Of course.
I mean, the fact is that you simply cannot consistently have the kinds of returns that people like Pelosi do and not be somehow benefiting from information that's not available to the general public.
Exactly.
EJ, come back. We'd love having you on. Good
exactly. There's no way, there is no trader, there is no investor that consistently makes that kind of return on their money. So basically, we have our legislators that we elect, again, to represent our interests, going to DC and doing what? And basically taking care of their own interests by using insider information to trade. Now, she was specifically talking about calls and puts, which basically is regarding the directionality of a specific stock, long, short kind of thing. But investing in them, like literally buying stock, like he mentioned way in the beginning of that particular interview, in a defense contractor who is about to get a billion-dollar defense contract. Yeah, of course their stock is going to go up. Are you kidding me right now? And again, the worst part to this is that if you and I did it, we would be in jail. Now, again, look at this through the context of the cryptocurrency space. You have these same congressmen and senators trying to put regulation in place to stop you and I from being able to operate in a system outside of their control. Why would you think that is? Because they see the threat of the system. If enough people operate outside of the system, what's going to happen? Hello? They have little or no control. So they sit there manipulating the system. They sit closest to the faucet that dishes out the US dollars of that system. So they get the maximum benefit from that system. They don't want you and I to have the ability to walk away from that system and walk away from their control. So they put together all kinds of great legislation, like you again see with the new bill from Elizabeth Warren that would effectively just eliminate the ability of operating in the cryptocurrency space in the United States. Now, this is the latest article published yesterday on my website, CryptoCoinMindSet.com. Got all that stuff with CryptoCoin Mindset fixed. So now you can go there. The website is back up and running properly. But here we go. Starting January 1st. Now, this was part of the infrastructure bill that was supposed to make everything so much better. And they threw in this nice, reporting, what ends up being reporting obligations. Now, there is a legal challenge going on to this, and I talk about that at the end of the article here. But let's at least, while we're here, talk about what we're looking at with regard to this new reporting requirement here in the U.S. So, again, this more than likely, this isn't going to affect you and I who don't get this kind of distribution, but it could. And who's to say that they don't make it retroactive? So, we get an airdrop of some shit coin at this point, but then that shit coin goes parabolic in the future. And now, you never reported it. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of ambiguity in this, but basically the IRS has stated, and I'll go down here because, this piece is simply put, if you receive any cryptocurrency payment worth $10,000 or more, you are required to report it to the IRS. Now, here's the thing. I suggest to you that you're always reporting your, whatever it is you're doing in cryptocurrency on your taxes. I'm not promoting anything here about evading taxes. And so if that's what you're thinking, again, clear your ears and listen to what I'm saying. However, this is part of, and now this reporting requirement is all on you as the recipient of whatever crypto it is now, and you have 15 days to make that report to the IRS. Now, right here, under this new IRS rule, and any trade or business transactions involving cryptocurrency valued at $10,000 or more must be reported. This includes payments from DAOs, startups, clients, and other businesses. And I talk about the reporting form here, and they want all this information. They want all this information, including name, social security number, address, and occupation of whoever it is that's sending you that money. Again, this is their way of trying to crack down on the cryptocurrency space. Again, these bills are hundreds of pages long, and this is just shit stuffed in there. And this was something that was brought out and tried to be pulled out of the bill. A few of the congressmen tried to pull it out of the bill, but again, it's all about the people who have the most power, who are doing the most bribing, who are getting what it is that they want. So that was put back in. Okay, and again, remember it doesn't matter. Freelancers, individuals, if you're a freelancer and for whatever reason, whatever you do and ends up being more than $10,000 issued to you for whatever service you provided, bam, you got 15 days to report that to the IRS. Otherwise, you could be charged with a felony and put in jail. You could be charged with a felony and put in jail. But yet, these same people that want to put you in jail are allowed to trade on insider information and make millions. But yet, $10,000 because you provided a service, whatever that service is, and you fail to report it within 15 days, you can go to jail. Now, again, there is a legal challenge pending on this. The legal challenge has been pending since July of 2022. But as everything else in our system of government, the courts move at the speed of a freaking snail. So that is still pending in the court system. So what can you or I do? Well, I did a live stream back somewhere in the middle of December. Here it is. Where I, earlier I was mentioning about the interview I have pending with Joel Valenzuela. Basically, I put together this entire live stream. And you know what? Let me put a link to it in the live chat. So you guys, if you haven't watched it, can go ahead and watch it. There it is. Bam. So go ahead and check that out. Basically saying, you know what, following a Twitter thread that he did, basically saying maybe it's time to get your shit together for 2024 and start to move in the direction of getting out of the system. Getting out of the system. And the interview that I'll be doing with him is going to be going into much more detail about that and why it is imperative to do it now while you still can. Thank you, Jar. Yes, I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm doing like I mentioned, I'm doing that interview this Thursday. It's going to be a recorded interview, and then I'll be putting it on my channel probably next week. And I am very much looking forward to speaking with him and, getting that information out there. We're literally talking about a guy who has lived off the grid of the financial system for 10 years now, right? Yeah, 10 more years now. And he's taught. I've watched a lot of his interviews in the past, and even doing watching a lot more of his interviews recently in order to do some preparation for this interview. But I know that he is like very much freedom oriented, and you know what? You live in the United States, you probably should be. And if you weren't raised that way, man, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But listen, here's what I got to say. You got these people coming behind you, or literally going to DC, voting them down to DC to make millions of dollars, making their life better. And they're doing it for their own interests, whatever pads their pockets. Now, is it 100% of senators and congressmen? Well, that would be stupid to say it's 100% of anybody, right? Okay. But the ones who wield major influence in both parties, because this is, again, I know they highlighted Democrats in that particular video that we watched, but it's both parties. Both. They should not be wielding that kind of influence and then profiting off of it. Listen, I'm going to suggest to you that you start, if you have not already begun, to dollar cost average into cryptocurrency. Now, when we do that interview, I'm sure Joel is going to have much more direct, practical suggestions on how you can get outside of the system and literally function outside of the system than I'm giving you right now. But at the very core, at the very base, you must consider taking some of your money and dollar cost averaging into cryptocurrency, into these cryptos that will take you outside of that system. Now, I think Bitcoin is a must. Remember, it's not anonymous, pseudonymous. But if you're buying it off of a centralized exchange, so like we do when we do the dollar cost averaging, because again, I realize that most Americans' first thing is going to be, let's go to Coinbase, right? That's KYC. They already know who you are. They know what you bought. They know that you have that money. Hey, FF is in here. Hey, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Looking forward to, again, for those who weren't here earlier, we are going to be on the Matrix Money podcast tomorrow, 10 a.m. Myself, FF, Crypto Jar, talking D-Pins and the Orbit. Okay, so make sure you hear, link to that channel in the description of this live stream. But getting back to this again, I'm very much looking forward to that interview with Joel. I think it's actually Joel. I apologize. I'm sure he'll have more practical information for those who really want to get off the proverbial grid. But again, you can start by buying whatever cryptocurrency it is. Do your own damn research. I'm not here to tell you which ones to buy, but it makes sense to me that Bitcoin should be part of that portfolio, which is why when we do dollar cost averaging on Crypto on the Rocks every Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, guess what? That is the main portion of what we're dollar cost averaging into. Absolutely. I will do that. Sorry, just reading through the comments. They're going back and forth in the comments. Sorry. Anyway, once you do dollar cost average, the next piece is what? Get it off the damn exchange. Whatever exchange, I don't care if it's, well, if it's DeFi, you're already utilizing a wallet to access the DeFi. But if you're in the United States and you're using a centralized exchange like Gemini, Coinbase, Kraken, whatever, make sure that you are getting it off the exchange. Again, I recommend Tangem wallet as the hardware wallet of choice. And speaking of Tangem wallet, my next set of Tangem wallets is en route. According to the tracker, I should have them by Wednesday. So when I get those, I'm going to be putting together the next video showing you Tangem 2.0 and how to utilize a seed phrase with those cards. Again, Tangem is meant so you don't need to use the seed phrase. Your cards become the backup. But I know that a lot of people, especially those who are watching this live stream right now, are used to using a seed phrase, feel comfortable with the seed phrase, and want the ability, because of that seed phrase, to be able to back up their wallet that way. And Tangem 2.0 has provided that for those of us who are wanting to do that. So I'm going to be putting that video together shortly, and we'll be putting that out as soon as possible once I've got it all edited together. Because again, I'm a one-man band here, folks, which is why I'm doing that interview with Joel on Thursday. But then, like I said, that'll probably be out next week once I get all the editing done. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you get notified about that. I'm going to try and promote it very much on my social media. So be aware of that. Appreciate that. So that's about it for me in this live stream. I appreciate everybody being here, and I'm going to leave you with this, I guess. Let's leave you with this. We have a broken system. If you live in the United States, this system is broken. You have people that we have elected to represent us in DC doing anything but representing our interests. They are obviously representing their own interests. And again, links to everything I've shown you today in the description of this live stream. Do your own research. Go see for yourself. When you get elected to office, it shouldn't be to go down to DC and get rich. It just shouldn't. At the same time they're doing this, they're trying to stop you and I from being able to utilize cryptocurrency to front run Bitcoin, in this case, like I've talked about several times on this channel, and right down to the point of stopping us from being able to self-custody our cryptocurrency. Why are they doing that? Think about that. Why? The answer to me is pretty damn obvious. And the fact that they're trying to stop us from doing it is more proof positive to me that you should be doing it. Just saying, you should be doing it. And honestly, I don't think for 1 second, not 1 second, that they're not doing it. Just checking all right, these guys are just going back and forth. Automatic Beats, thank you very much. Yes, I am going to wrap up at this point. I am going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, FF. I appreciate that. I'll be getting in touch with you shortly. And again, everybody, tomorrow, 10 a.m. on the Matrix Money podcast channel. I'm going to be talking DPIN. We're going to be talking orbit hacks. So myself, FF, Crypto Jar, all there tomorrow, 10 a.m. Again, link in the description of this live stream. Go to the Matrix Money podcast channel. Make sure you're following us there and watching us live tomorrow. All right. I'm sorry. I just checking the last of the chat. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. I hope you have a great day. I will see you again live Wednesday, 10 a.m. And again, obviously Friday, Crypto on the Rocks, 7 p.m. But before that, tomorrow, Matrix Money podcast channel, 10 a.m. See you there.